To you. We saw quite an esteemed panel there earlier today at the opening briefing. We heard from the likes of Ban Ki-moon, Charlize Theron. What were some of the critical issues put forward?
A very good afternoon to you, Natasha. Well, yes, absolutely. A very important press conference there by the dignitaries opening up this conference in essence. And just think one of the important things, and you heard the UN Secretary General Ban Ki-moon touch on, was on access to treatment, which still remains a challenge not only here in South Africa, but across the continent and the globe. And just to move on from that, what is also very important about this conference, Natasha, is not just of course, the dignitaries that are here today, the scientists, the policy makers, and a number of people that have come here that are inside the main conference that will be making their presentations. But it's also very important to note what is happening on the outside of this conference. That parallel to what is happening here, we also have civil society who are also going to be playing a very, very critical role. They're here to make sure that the policymakers, that government account, that the promises that are made by government are fulfilled in, for example, the access to treatment. That is one of the biggest issues that civil society is here to ensure that they make our governments account, to ensure that the plans and promises that government makes are met. And as I talk about that, right now there is a march led by the Treatment Action Campaign. Treatment Action Campaign is a leading civil society force formed in 1998. They were part of the first conference that was held here on African soil, right here in Durban, if many remember. They come back again to now the 21st International Conference. They are outside here holding a protest march. It's coming down the main street in Durban, making its way down here to the ICC, and the leaders of the TAC will then hand over a memorandum, we understand, to the UN Secretary General Ban Ki-moon, who will also be with the Deputy President Cyril Ramaphosa. We will be talking to the TAC on that memorandum, which will also be very, very key. There is a lot of work that civil society is doing, and as I've said, there's a global village that has been dedicated to civil society, and they will also be having their programs. They're also part of this conference, but on the side, and that opens an opportunity as well for people who are not necessarily accredited to this conference. We're members of the public, where the people not only of KZN, of South Africa, but of the world, they're also able to participate, to be a part of this conference. So that is also a very, very keen and very, very important that civil society is being given that platform. They are able to access because of the role that they have in a conference of this magnitude. It's a historic conference for not only South Africa, it's a historic conference for the world, where we're here to assess the amount of work that has been done. We're here to look back to say certainly the world has made great strides. We've been talking about access to treatment, the number of people who are now on ARV treatment. We're talking about the reduction of mother-to-child transmission. So certainly in many aspects around the challenges with HIV and AIDS, there has been a lot of strides made. But we are here to say that going forward, there is still a lot more that needs to be done. So Natasha, we will be following up on what the TAC and other civil society movements, they have to say. Not only obviously today, they'll be monitoring this conference for the rest of the duration of the conference. So we'll be chatting to them later on. And as you know, of course, there's still lots to look forward to, particularly today. Later on is the official opening, which will be addressed by Deputy President Cyril Ramaphosa. Natasha?
Ayanda, we'll leave it there. Ayanda Mhlongo live from the 21st International AIDS Conference underway in Durban. We'll get updates for you on that throughout the